Yes! 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 It's exactly what I wanted to see. Exactly. This show is making all the right decisions. Enter the Kingpin, ladies and gentlemen. Daredevil Season 2, Episode 8, Guilty of Sin. What an ending to really what turned out to be a good episode. Another one where, once again, I want to slap Matt upside the head. But it's all by design. It's not trying to make him look like the smart person. It's not trying to make him look like the hero and all of this. They're very clearly doing a good job of making him look like a moron in all of this. The question is, like I said, when will he realize he's being an idiot? Who knows? But yeah, exactly what I wanted in the ending. I wanted to see Wilson Fisk make an appearance at some point. Not just Wilson Fisk. I wanted to see more tie-ins. I wanted to see. I was so glad they brought him back. I don't know how big a role he's gonna play, but obviously he offered Frank Castle something, which is why he confessed to everything on the stand. But I'm glad they brought him back because it made it feel like it wasn't just contained to this season. It's like, no, we know the first season happened. Here, bringing back the main villain from the first season. I still would like to see either Jessica Jones or Luke Cage make an appearance, but I'm happy seeing the Kingpin again. That's awesome. To see that he was the one behind that. Because whenever they turned off the cameras, I'm just like, what, are they going to try to take him out back and kill him? Like, what's going on? And whenever they showed the guy lifting all that, I'm like, oh, is it? Is it? And then he sat up in a bald head, and I'm like, I was excited. So yeah, obviously very happy about that. But overall, very good episode. Really, like I said before, still not really happy with Matt right now as far as his decisions making, all that stuff. Still acting like a total idiot when it comes to Foggy and Karen. He chooses Elektra. And the reason for it is that, like I said with him and Karen in one of my previous reviews, I like the relationship happening between them because it felt natural. They really worked up to it. In the first season, we saw them interacting, but not like that. We saw them interacting as co-workers, then slowly became friends. Actually started off as, attorney to client, but so they slowly worked up to friends, and then had a little bit of a hint of a romance at the end. This season, they picked up where they left off, really blossomed it in the first few episodes, and then fourth episode finally happened, and then enter Elektra, and I'm just like, she's gonna throw a wrench in there somewhere. But my frustration with it is that it happens so quickly. Like, one episode, she totally screws up their case, he hates her for it, and then this episode, she nearly dies, and all of a sudden he's like, I realize how I really feel about you. I'm like, what? What? No. No. Don't do that crap. Come on, Matt. Now, whether or not this is leading to kind of he's gonna realize, oh, it was just because you almost died. Maybe. I don't know. But it is kind of frustrating to see how he really did grow a romance with Karen, and then threw it all away for this, pretty much this girl he found out had been lying to him the whole time, but he doesn't care because she almost died. Yeah, I'm frustrated. But like I said, it's part of the show's design. I believe that they wrote him, the writers make these bad choices, and are really making him pay because of it. Like the end with them, where the Archer attacks, and then he fights him, and then he realizes, wait, it's just a kid. And Elektra comes up, slices his throat. He's like, this is who I am. Still want me? I'm just like, see, you made a stupid decision. Hopefully you realize that now, Matt. But yeah, you can clearly see he's making dumb decisions. It's not just he's making a dumb decision, but we want you to think it's the right decision. Like I said in the last one. Um, but yeah, that final fight scene was pretty intense. Like it was. First of all, seeing him in the background, you're just like, Matt, do you hear his bow? Do you hear his bow? And then he like stands up silently and then shoots, and like the arrow's coming through his chest. And you're like, oh my god, no! And then the second arrow comes, he dodges it, and then the fight was it was freaking awesome. Like, oh, it was brilliant. It reminded me of a lot of the fights that we saw in the first season, which is why I fell in love with the show. It really, beyond just the characters, beyond just a good story, it had really good fight scenes. We haven't seen a really good one this season. The closest we got to really good was that fight scene against all the bikers and going down the stairwell. And even that, it still didn't capture that same feeling of the hallway fight scene in the first season. That one really captured the attention. That was like, yeah, this show's good. That's why. You can show it to somebody and be like, look at this crap. That's awesome. This season really hasn't had much of that as far as fight scenes go. But this one it was intense. It was action. He's fighting with an arrow sticking out of his chest, and you can see him struggling because of it. You can see him like reacting to, like, he hears the ninja stars. He hears them being thrown and is dodging them. Picks up the table to stop them. It was just really well done. And even then, like the opening fight scene was a lot better than a lot of what we've been getting this season. When they're first fighting the hand, and you can really see, like, whenever they pull back and show everybody, Elektra and Daredevil fighting all these guys, you can see Elektra doing her thing, but Daredevil's actually struggling because he can't hear them. He can only hear the weapons. So the guys that aren't using their weapons are actually getting hits in, and it's only whenever they hit him that he realizes, okay, so I felt that, they're right there, and then he can fight them. So I like the fact that they're really playing with that. They're not just, oh yeah, he can fight even though he can't hear them. They're really playing into the fact that they can hide themselves from him. So I like that. I like the fact that they're really sticking with that. They're showing it well. Let's see what else. I think that's about it as far as Matt. Obviously, we got Stick returning, telling him about the hand, telling him about the chase, and that Elektra was actually working for him. And like I said, it's kind of frustrating that he's just like, oh, I forgive you because I want to be with you because you almost died. I think that's about it for that. As far as Foggy and Karen in this one, they're really trying so hard. I said it in the last one, I'm saying it again. They're trying so hard to build this case. They're really doing their best. They are pulling out all the stops. They are really taking it to the DA, and ultimately really set themselves up very well. Have a little bit of a setback because one of the kids, I thought the DA planted him, but turns out I don't think they did. It seemed like it was a little bit fortunate for them that this one kid's like, I don't care what you've been through, you killed my dad. It felt like something the DA might do, like put one of the victims in the audience to freak out at the precise moment. But so it kind of was a setback. So Foggy's like, let's have Matt. And I'm just like, no, I agree with Karen, not a good idea. But Matt actually gets up and gives a good speech. Really did do a good job. But unfortunately for him, it's a little too late because Wilson Fisk has already gotten to Frank Castle, already convinced him to admit he's guilty. So to Foggy and Karen, it looks like all Matt did was just stir up the vigilante in him and make him confess to everything and just say, I'm not crazy, but they think it's all his fault because of his little speech. So, on the one hand, yeah, it kind of sucks for Matt because he finally did step up and say what needed to be said. And it really wasn't his fault why Frank freaked out like that. But at the same time, he is kind of getting what's been coming to him. He has been really neglecting his friends. And even at the end, Elektra's like, you lost more than just the case today. And he's just like, I don't care. I'm like, why not? Foggy's been your friend forever. Karen, you just started dating her, and you just throw them away because of this one girl that you were with one time in college. And it turns out she was a plant to distract you. And you throw your friends away because of that. You really are the dumbest superhero. Not superhero. You're the dumbest hero ever. So anyway, yeah, that was frustrating. I forgot to talk about that with Elektra. Whenever they did the episode where he first met her, they're showing the flashbacks. I talked about like, oh, they met each other because they noticed there's something different about. I'm gonna go back and rectify that now and say I was wrong. But it was well done because at the time I really did think, yeah, it's just chance. The only reason they actually talked is because they both knew that something was off about the other. That's the only reason why they started talking. No, it was a lot more than that. Stick actually put her there. Um, so yeah, but well done there. But yeah, this was a good episode. Um, I'm still just so happy that Wilson Fisk is back involved again because he really is. He is the best villain that Marvel has. Better than Loki. Better than Kilgrave, Jessica Jones. Like honestly, these two Netflix shows have had the best villains out of most of the Marvel universe in Wilson Fisk and Kilgrave. Like those two really, and the reason is because they had time to develop these villains. They're not just they appeared for the sake of this movie. That's why Loki. Everybody loves Loki because he's been in more than one movie. He's been involved. They grew this character. They've developed his character. So that's why everybody loves Loki so much, and that's why Wilson Fisk and Kilgrave have really stood out as good Marvel villains because they really built them up. I mean, heck, look at DC. Joker is one of the best villains ever because of how well they handle his story and how, even though it seems like he has no sense of, it seems like there is no character development, he's just crazy to be crazy, they really do develop a character with him. Anyway, talking about DC now in a Marvel review. But yeah, this is a good episode. It sets up very well for what's coming next. The case is now officially over, so now we're moving on to more Daredevil stuff. Unless Matt Murdock in the courtroom, which we really didn't get a whole lot of anyway. It was mainly Foggy in the courtroom, but it's nice to have him have his moments in the courtroom, because whenever we get to the Daredevil stuff, he doesn't get involved that much. I'm sure we're going to see a bit about, in the next probably a couple episodes, we're going to see a bit of Matt and Foggy trying to work out the differences. Matt, it feels like he really just has thrown his friends away. It feels like he doesn't care that he's thrown them away. So hopefully Foggy or Karen, one of them can talk some sense into him, get him back on the right track. Because where he's at now is just not a good place. But yeah, this show's doing very well at keeping me guessing, keeping me on my toes, so I don't really know what's going to happen next. So I really do enjoy that. But yeah, good episode. More exciting stuff. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Are you as excited as I am about seeing Wilson Fisk? Most likely, because a lot of people really love that about the first season. You embarrassed me in front of her! Yeah. Leave a like and subscribe for more Daredevil. See you at the next review. Peace out.